Hi, everyone, and thank you for taking a few moments to visit our Archdiocesan website. I wanted to share with you for just a few moments a very important concept, a spiritual concept that's right at the very heart of our faith, and that is that stewardship is a way of life. Now, what do I mean by that? We recognize by faith that everything we have and everything we are is a gift from God. The air we breathe, the gifts all around us, the love that's given to us by those whom we love so deeply, our family and our friends, even the gifts that we have materially, the gifts that we ourselves have worked for, in some sense, are actually gifts from God. Everything is a sign of God's love. Everything is, in fact, God's grace. From the perspective of faith, what we recognize is that our entire life, then, is meant to be a response to the goodness of God. And that's where stewardship comes in. Stewardship is our response to the abundant generosity of God to us in so many ways. The reason why stewardship and an active response to God's goodness is so important is because it helps us to understand our relationship with God. In other words, God, because of His loving kindness, supplies us with everything we need and even more. And by responding generously in return to His grace through stewardship, we reinforce that relationship. We recognize even more deeply the goodness that God gives to us. We exercise our stewardship in a variety of ways by volunteering time and talent to various kinds of needs and opportunities that present themselves to us in our parishes and in the community, but also through our stewardship of treasure. In other words, we return to God a treasure of the financial blessings that He has given to us for the works of the church or the works of charity. These acts of our sharing from a financial perspective what God has given us is a sign not only that we're grateful to God for these gifts, but also it's a way that we imitate God's generosity. And so therefore we ourselves become signs of the generous love of God by sharing our gifts with others. Interestingly, as we do this, our own hope and trust in God deepens because we recognize both His goodness and the responsibility that He gives to us to share His goodness with others, and we recognize over and over again in an even deeper way how He cares for us at every single moment of the day. We then, in response to Him, thanking Him for the gifts that He has given us, also reach out to others and share that bounty with them so they too will know of the goodness of God. As you know, this time of year, we ask the people of the Archdiocese of Seattle to consider their own stewardship of treasure. In other words, how all of us contribute back to the Lord through the church the many good things that He has given to us, particularly our financial resources. All of us as part of the church, all of us as part of the body of Christ are called to work together to make sure that the mission of the church continues here in our parishes and in the Archdiocese of Seattle. So I'm asking you today, by means of this brief message, to consider what your financial stewardship to your parish might be this year. Please not only consider it, but more importantly, pray about it, asking the Lord how you should respond from the depth of your heart to the generous gifts He has given you by making a commitment financially through stewardship to your parish. I thank you in advance for considering this brief message, asking God to continue to send His abundant blessings upon you, and most especially that through these gifts and through His love, He might give peace and joy to you and your loved ones. God bless.